Finding the right one to marry, choosing the right career path, and living an overall fulfilling life are the core objectives for everyone. And since there's no cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all answer to these tough questions, we stress ourselves out trying to choose what's best for us. I believe finding what's best for you in all these aspects of life all depends on who you are. Not the external traits that make up your physical appearance, or even the superficial likes and dislikes you have. I mean the depths of your personality. You have to find out what it is at the core of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs to understand the difficult questions life throws at you. The Myers-Briggs test does just that, and is one of the many ways to assess your personal psychology. It's a test that dates all the way back to 1943 and is based on the work of Carl Jung, one of the greatest and most influential psychologists ever, second only to Sigmund Freud. It's a test used by many major companies and psychiatrists to determine who they are dealing with. So, if your boss and shrink are using it to understand you better, maybe it's time you do too. The Myers-Briggs test is made up of 4 traits. The 4 traits combine to make up a personality type. There are 2 possible letter choices that represent each trait. The first letter is based on either an E for extrovert or an I for introvert. It's important to note most people misunderstand what those words mean. To keep it simple, an extrovert interacts with the outside objective world, whereas an introvert's reality is more subjective and is in his head. Also, keep in mind, these binary either-or choices can be misleading. No one is 100% introverted or extroverted. We all fall somewhere on the spectrum and at times can change. And this goes for all the traits in this test. The key is to figure out which one are you more close to most of the time. The second letter is based on how you perceive the world. It can either be an S for sensor, meaning you see things in a literal straightforward way, or N for intuitive, meaning you look for the meaning behind things. If one person likes apple pie because of its sweet, fruity goodness, then they are an S in this situation. If another person likes apple pie because it's what their grandma used to make them, then they get an N. The third letter is your judging function, as in how you make decisions. You can get either a T for thoughts, meaning you base your decisions primarily on rational thinking, or an F for feeling, as in you base your decisions on emotions, how you feel. The last trait has to do with the second and third letters. Basically, which one do you use more? Are you more likely to use your perceptive function P, meaning you want to take it all in and completely understand something? Or are you a J for judging, as in you want to know what the application of something is or how to fix a situation right away? P means you prefer to understand things. J means you want to execute on them. Just do it. In total, there are 16 possible combinations that each represent a personality type. This provides a relatively accurate assessment of a person's deeper psychology. For example, if you're an INTP, you are considered a thinker, more of the intellectual type. You may get wrapped up in your own mind sometimes, and you find intimacy difficult. If you're an ENTP, you're a visionary. You want to understand the world you live in and come up with great big ideas, but you miss the details. You find it hard to follow through on your major plans. In short, where the INTP would make a great professor, the ENTP would make a great lawyer. Also, each type has certain other types they get along with better. As you could probably guess, the ENTP and INTP would get along pretty well. That's because they both have intuitive perception. So at their cores, they see the world in the same way, even though one is an introvert and another is an extrovert, which actually balances them out. They also both seek to understand things more deeply than others and try their best to use rationale and logic to solve problems. All of this stuff is very interesting and can be put to great use in the realm of personal development. I could literally make a 30-hour video just talking about the Myers-Briggs test and other ways to assess personalities. Most of what I've covered today comes from psych professor Aqualis M. Gordon, PhD. He has a great blog you can check out, and I have that blog and all of my resources linked in the description below for those of you who want to keep reading up on this and learn more on the subject. There's also links to where you can take the test to find out what type you are, and I think it'd be pretty cool if you let me know what you get in the comment section below. I have a hunch we would all be pretty similar. Anyways, this has been another video from the Self-Made Nerd, here to talk nerdy to you.